Hello, come in and take a seat.
Oh, thanks.
Good. And how can I help you?
Well, I'd quite like to join this international social club, and I was hoping you could help me.
Yes, no problem. Let me just get the form up on my screen and I'll fill in your details. Let's see. Yes, here we are. Okay, the first thing we need is your name.
Jenny Fu. That's F-O-O.
Okay, great. And can you tell me how old you are, Jenny?
I'm 21.
Great. And how long have you been here in Australia, by the way?
I arrived just last month, 2 weeks before the start of the academic year, just to sort things out and settle in a bit.
Good idea. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Kuala Lumpur. That's where I was born and brought up.
So you're Malaysian, are you?
That's right. Though I lived in the United States for a couple of years when I was a teenager. We went there for my father's job.
Right. And can you tell me your current address, please?
Sure. Just at the moment, I'm lodging with a family at 13 Anglesey Road in Bondi.
Okay, let me just type that in. 13. How do you spell Anglesey, by the way?
It's spelled A-N-G-L-E-S-E-A.
Thanks. That's quite a long way from the city centre, isn't it? Is it a problem getting into the city centre?
Not really, because the buses are good and it's a nice, quiet area to live in.
That's true. So I guess you must have a cell phone number you can give me so we can keep you informed of events and so on.
Yes. Let me just have a look. It's a new one, so I haven't learned the number yet. Here it is. It's 040-422-9160.
422-9160. Okay, good. And you like the family you're living with?
Sure. They've got a little boy who is quite noisy, but he's really no trouble.
Fine. Now, let's see, what's next? Yep. Can you tell me what you do? I mean, are you working or studying?
Well, at the moment, I'm doing a temporary job with a company here in Sydney. I'm an economist, in fact.
Okay. And how long do you think you'll be here in Sydney?
At least a year. I may look for work here afterwards.
Great. Now, you want to join the International Social Club, and it will be good to know a bit about your free time interests as well. What do you like doing?
Well, I'm quite musical, and I really enjoy singing. Back home, I sang with a band, just, for fun. But for me, what I like best is dancing. The modern sort, I really love it.
So, how are you getting on here? I mean, your level of English is better than most people who come from overseas to work. And you've got a really nice American accent, so I don't suppose you have any communication problems in the office. Though you might find some of our Australian slang more difficult to understand.
Well, a bit. But I haven't met that many Australians yet, outside of work, I mean.
Right.
But could you tell me a bit about the International Club now I've joined?
Sure. We've got, currently about 50 members, but people join all the time, so I should think that figure will go up. Last year, we had 30 members, and the year before, just 18, so we're growing and getting better known. I reckon that at this rate, next year we'll have about 80.
And does the club hold regular meetings?
Yes, every second Thursday evening, in fact, so a couple of times a month. Though, of course, when you start making friends, you'll be getting together with them more often than that, I guess. The next meeting will be next Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that's right.
And what happens when the club meets? I mean, what sort of things are organized?
The usual thing is for one of the members to give a little presentation about where they're from, their customs and so on. But from time to time they do other things, outings to places around Sydney, or meeting up to eat together in a restaurant, or go to a concert together, or something like that.
Okay, that sounds fun. And the members aren't just people from other countries? Non-Australians, are they?
No, not at all. The main point of the club is to give people like you the chance to mix in more with people from this country, people of all ages. You'll find us very friendly. I think the contact has a positive effect on visitors to this country. And in fact, it affects us locals positively as well. You know, it's a sort of intercultural experience for everybody. And of course, you should get the chance to do all sorts of activities with other members of the club if you want to. It's not just for talking. And hopefully you'll make friends with people who have similar interests.
It sounds great. I'm really looking forward to the first meeting.
Good afternoon. My name's Debbie Green, and I'm going to give you a short but hopefully interesting introduction to working at this hospital. I'll start with some guidelines about nutrition and fitness, because a hospital environment can be stressful, and so we always encourage our staff to stay fit and have a healthy lifestyle. So, just a few tips first. As you know, the key to good health is eating what we call a balanced diet. Many people don't do this, however. For one thing, they don't eat enough fruit and vegetables or home-prepared food. When you feel hungry, it's often too easy to grab something quick because you're tired or busy. Cooking a healthy meal takes longer, and this is often why people live on sandwiches and fast food instead. Please don't fall into this unhealthy trap. Of course, you have to do a little exercise and keep fit as well. I know you'll have a lot of work and may not have time to join a gym, but consider how often you take the lift rather than the stairs, or how often you drive rather than walk. Health-wise, it may just be a question of doing things differently rather than starting a very active sport. In fact, being generally active is much healthier than doing lots of exercise just occasionally. As you know, this can be as risky for your heart as being inactive. As long as you do at least an hour's exercise a day, and some of you will do more than that at work, you'll find that you don't lie awake at night worrying about the next day. And that's the main advantage of exercise. Remember, this is a hospital, and you are supposed to be the healthiest people here. Moving on to health and safety, I want to point out that it's quite okay to take a break any time that you're not busy. We know that when there's an emergency, you may have to miss that cup of tea or coffee in the canteen or wherever you go. But generally you shouldn't work for more than 3 hours without a break. Otherwise, your attention levels will drop, and you could then make a careless mistake. Another important issue is hygiene. You're all trained to clean your hands at work, but remember that germs can live for a long time. So please make sure that you don't leave even a small amount of rubbish around. There are brooms in the cupboards, so use them. We do have cleaners, but they aren't always here when you need them, I'm afraid, and a little dirt can soon build up. Now, as you're all new, I'm just going to show you a map of the hospital and point out a few key places. Let's start with the recreation centre. At the moment, we're in the main building, that's here, and if you go out of the main entrance and just along the main road to the east, you'll find the Staff Recreation Centre. It's this T-shaped building, and there's a range of things that you can do here to help you relax. If you get ill, we do have a health centre for all registered employees, and this is directly behind the main hospital building. So if you go out of the back exit, it's just in front of you, and there's a small pharmacy next to it. I'm based here, and I have a few leaflets on things if you want to come and see me. Many of you will be doing shift work, so you might like to go to the 24-hour swimming pool and sauna. They're very close by, and it doesn't cost much money to get in. If you walk out of the front of the main building, there's a road straight ahead of you. Go down that and turn left into Thai Road. You'll see the pool entrance at the end of that road, just beyond the line of trees. We've talked about eating healthily, and there's a very useful store nearby that sells a large range of organic products and health food supplements. This is also in front of the main building, but this time you need to go beyond the turning for Thai Road, and you'll see it on the right-hand corner, directly opposite another building. Finally, if you want a healthy meal and you have very little time to get it, of course there's always the canteen inside the main building, but I would recommend a place called Jenny's Restaurant. Leave the front of the main building and head for the roundabout. When you're there, take the second turning on the left. It's just along that road before the trees. You can get a number of excellent dishes here at a reasonable price. Well, I think that's all that's really...